I'm Hamza Mian. I'm a registered veterinary technician, and I'm also a drag queen. The thing that first got me noticed was my style of drag. I really just want to bring awareness to South Asian queerness and how different it can be, how we exist. A lot of drag culture is very white and very cookie cutter, and I'm glad to say that I don't really abide to those rules. My parents have seen me in face before. They've seen me in drag at home. And I tell them it's just for a costume party. And it's because drag doesn't exist in their world, right? That's why I can get away with that. If they knew what a drag queen was, then it would be a different story. As long as I don't acknowledge it, as long as no one acknowledges it, it doesn't exist. Yeah, they're very oblivious, very technologically illiterate. That's almost like a safety net that I have with them. My mom, my aunt, and my sister used to dress me up in women's clothing all the time, and they would put makeup on me, put a bindi on me, and they'd take pictures. It would just be a lie, it'd just be for a laugh. And that happened often, and there came a time when that wasn't acceptable anymore. And any femininity that I expressed was a big no-no. My dad pulled me aside and he said, if I see you dressed up in women's clothing again, I will send you to Pakistan. And that's not a joke, and that's not a place where any queer kid wants to grow up. It was scary to be told that you're not allowed to do something that felt so natural. Like, I didn't know how to deal with it. I tried to be hyper-masculine. It worked for a few years, up until my late teens, and then I was like, why am I doing this? Who am I doing this for? It was such a horrible feeling to have to repress how I actually feel and put my parents and my family before myself and live a lie. I'm not going to gain anything out of outing myself. I would expect that they would disown me, and I don't want that. I don't want that kind of loss in my life. Like, I love my parents, and I like value their support and everything else that I do, but I don't feel comfortable losing them over something that they will never understand. Like, it's not fair for either of us. The South Asian community in the GTA is very tight-knit, so if me coming out gets around, my family will be shunned, and my parents will get the backlash of something that really is selfish of me to do. Like, if I told them I was gay, it just doesn't work in anyone's favor. If you've lived a lie for long enough, you'll own yourself 100%. Hamza is a person who's constantly changing and always expressing their queerness and constantly rediscovering their identity. Mango is the femininity that Hamza was told he couldn't express as a child. So she is everything that I was told not to do as a kid. I am so proud of you and happy you are an example of do what makes you happy. I get messages like that weekly now, and that's not something I expected going into this. Like, to be honest, going into this, I did it for myself, but now it's become a lot more than me. I have a role to play in bringing South Asian queerness somewhere new. I'm happy that it led me to this point.